Hi everyone, welcome to A Minute with the Monkey, transmitting from Screaming Monkey Comics in Munster, Indiana. Visit our website, like and subscribe to our page. Thanks for swinging by. I'm John. Joining me this week is our co-host, my co-pilot, fellow author, Fawn.
Howdy!
Good to see you again. I've seen you all day.
I know, I was going to say, you don't have a choice.
Also with us this week is President Taft himself, Jim Foley, one of my oldest friends. He's here to hang out with us and just have some fun.
Well, thank you for having me. And you and I are old pals, but and I know I've seen Fawn around, and she's helped me out at the store, but I don't think we've ever been formally introduced.
No, I don't think so. I just knew your name from a symbol on the box.
Well,
so if I may, sumimasen ga watashi no nihongo wa chotto fukusensen. Demo watashi no namae wa Jim de biiru o nomimasen. Demo tehashi wa suki desu. Watashi no tsuma no namae wa Christina. De watashi tachi wa McDonald'sを飲みません。でもテレビを見ました。And that's about all I got.
Holy shit!
You don't drink McDonald's?
Oh, I'm sorry. McDonald'sを飲みません。
Was he actually
For
saying
up to that
words?
point, he was really, I was following what he said. He was introducing himself, telling me his wife's name, and that, that they...
I got her name, that was the only...
Yeah, they drink Pepsi, and he was like, they don't drink McDonald's, and I'm like...
Wait.
We're just looking at everything else. No, good
I'm a
job.
little rusty.
That was amazing. That was...
That's what my teacher always
That was,
said.
that was
No, I
actually
understood
amazing.
that. You're good.
How long have you been speaking barely conversational Japanese?
That was 3 years of high school, 2 semesters of college. But on the
Wow.
last show you mentioned that Fawn's proficiency in the language.
Very much so, yes.
In fact, I was
And I never get to
actually...
use it anymore.
I was actually the student teacher for Japanese at the local college for a while.
Really?
So, yeah.
I feel like such a dumbass. This
Don't
is
worry.
amazing. No, that's amazing. And
You can speak English. That's hard.
I sort of. I mean, but Cameron wants to take Japanese next year in
I
high
should
school.
take Chinese.
Yeah, okay.
They're
Yeah,
different.
very, yeah, it's absolutely different dialects. But, you're right. It is Chinese, and I'm surprised isn't Japanese a more common language as far as the
not
second
at all.
language in America? It's not.
No, it's
Okay.
not. I would say for Chinese specifically, it's probably Mandarin because Martin is from Hong Kong, so he specifically knows Cantonese. But he grew up also learning Mandarin and English, and then now he knows Japanese. So that's my fiance.
It's
So
amazing. And
I don't know Chinese at all. I've been trying to learn. So far, all I have is sound effects.
I am, every year I am more and more impressed by everything that you know and everything that you are. It's good to have you, Jim.
I just
You gotta
must
surround
say, not
yourself.
to surprise you.
You gotta surround yourself with people who are with your same level of intelligence, or dumber, so you feel better depends.
That's right. Right. You only need 2 friends. You need a dumb one to make you feel smart, and a skinny one to... No, a heavy one to make you
I
feel
was gonna say a skinny one.
Yes.
A skinny one to make you feel. Oh.
Right. Did you get through the solar eclipse okay?
I did, yeah.
How'd that go?
I had to work through it, so I didn't get to really go out and look at it, which you're not supposed to do anyway. But
That didn't stop you.
Well,
so I saw it get dark outside, and it looked like it was going to storm. That was about my extent of it.
well, I saw it. One of our other employees, Sarah, came by, and one of her friends had these glasses that looked like an arc welder's goggle. But I did get to see it, and I was kind of impressed. I mean, I've seen eclipses before.
Yeah, mine's parked right behind the place.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you have your eclipse too. It was
Yeah.
funny then too. Yes.
I took a photo through my eclipse glasses of my car and told everyone, here's a photo of the eclipse through my glasses. I have to make that.
And the next one isn't coming until 2099.
Yeah, it's pretty far off.
Comics
Ooh.
that were set in the future.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll live through that.
I think because we only got like 94% here too, so.
So in the last 2 weeks, this is I have had only 2 sodas. I have.
Good for you.
As I said, that is why I'm so angry and so frustrated all the time. Yes, I'm trying to prove. I think it's a huge conspiracy and a lie that dropping soda out of your diet causes you to lose weight. And I think it's a conspiracy and a lie that my wife is trying to push off on me. So I'm trying to prove her wrong. And I've lost 5 pounds in the last couple of weeks.
See,
so
you
so
should
far,
know. If Chris says it, you can't. She's always right.
I know.
What she says goes. I know this. I've worked here long enough to know that.
But I went through an entire week without a soda, and I was very impressed. And
You didn't get the shakes or anything?
You get a little grumpy, but that's about it.
I've been tired a lot, you know. I subsist mainly on, you know, I just charge along life just fueled by chocolate and Dr. And I'm not doing it so well right now, but I'm thinner, so I'm happier.
Oh, good then.
Finally, we can get out the bikini costumes.
We're going, well, it is getting to that season, you know. It's
Oh,
only,
good, it'll look
it's
great on
only
you.
March. Look, I'm gonna fit back into that thong again. I am.
Oh man, just in time for the hot yoga classes.
That one fell through. Oh well. Here's something funny. I knew you'd laugh at this too. You're a fan of the Indiana Jones movies.
Absolutely, yes.
I could not find my charger. I already told you this.
Yeah, you did.
I couldn't find the charger on my phone today. I was looking all over, and I couldn't film this wonderful show because my phone was at 15%. It was time to charge it. Couldn't find it anywhere. I knew it was at the desk. I could not find it. And then I recalled the wise words of Henry Jones Sr. Sometimes when I just sit down, the solution presents itself. And I sat down and I found the damn thing immediately. I found it immediately on my desk. That's
Wise words were
not
never
cool.
spoken. When it comes to looking for your charger, at least.
Well, have you ever done that? I mean, is it just stop. I don't think I've ever seen you panic about anything, first of all. So you're a relatively even-tempered cat.
To be fair, I didn't see you get angry, super angry until the whole thing with the furnace. So the first time.
Well, that was all. We're not even going to get into that.
Just saying.
I don't.
You're also a very chill, calm person. So saying to someone else, you guys are just on the same.
Except when someone cuts me off in traffic, or I lose to my daughter at Fortnite.
Or at least everyone in Magic.
Or yes, you know, I do what
It's the It's not caffeine that's doing this to you. You know. Look at you becoming a rage.
once in a while I think, you know, maybe we shouldn't look down on, you know, the occasional angry rage Hulk out, right?
It's venting. It's
I would
Everyone should bet it's good for them.
I would feel better if I turned green and could be bullet resistant. And, you know, that would be a nice, but usually
happened once.
I just look like an
I would
ass.
love to help shoot you if you became green and bullet resistant.
If I turn green, all of a sudden you have permission to take out the firearms. All right, so let's charge ahead to today's topics, and a new Deadpool Wolverine trailer
Oh God.
just
Yes.
dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it? I know you've both seen it by now, and I'm not sure it's going to get that PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's gonna be really silly. Even the way they did the trailer, especially some of the music and stuff they did for the scenes, was just so well done.
Madonna.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was. I'm not so
laughing
much of a Madonna fan now, but I'm a Madonna fan of the 80s
Yeah,
at her peak.
well, just and that song particularly
Love
for
that
that
song,
stuff. That
yeah.
was just such a great thing because I was watching it at my house and it was like as soon as I started cracking even more because I'm like, oh God, I was not expecting that. And
No.
so.
So what? The movie was pre-sold as far as I'm concerned.
The
It's-
initial trailer.
The
where
first
they
trailer
said
was
that
that's all we needed.
Yeah.
Everyone was going right after that.
This really leveled it up. It's
Now we actually know it's a
gonna be
movie.
fun.
And I still don't think it's even give us any clue to all the. I'm expecting a lot of guest stars, a lot of
Oh, for sure.
surprise cameos, and they didn't even play with that yet.
I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but yeah.
I mean, they obviously have the multiverse stuff in there already too.
Right.
If it wasn't obvious, the portals in there made it obvious.
As we were walking through the street, I don't know if you noticed that in the trailer, but there was a sign that looked like a shoe store, and I noticed it immediately.
I love it.
It was Liefeld's Just Feet. For those of you who don't know, Rob Liefeld is the creator of Deadpool, and he's famously notorious for not being able to draw feet very well, to the point where he won't usually even draw them in the frame if he can help it.
He's hiding behind a
he
low
cut
ledge or a
low
boulder or
ledge.
something.
They're always standing behind bushes.
It's okay. Feet are very hard to draw. I think hands are worse, but I can understand it.
Well, I've always felt that if you're a professional comic artist, you know, maybe something that every human being is going to have, maybe that's something you ought to
It's
practice
okay if
on.
it's not perfect, but yeah, they should have feet. Otherwise, you're just gonna fall over.
Yeah, but the man side profile of Captain America, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You know, barrel chest.
That's right, yes.
You don't love the barrel chest? What about all the people without any organs and stuff?
I saw that and I'm like, how am I not working?
I know, right? Some of the art is gone.
So you're right, that did look like a Doctor Strange portal to me.
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah, that's definitely the sparkly ring. So
Oh, I see you have that written on your notes.
yeah, this is so
I'm sorry, I did
this,
that.
No, this is not how I know how to
I-
cover all the spots. You're breaking the fourth wall there.
Yes.
Yeah. you're
It's a
right.
Deadpool movie we're
You're-
talking about.
You're
Why would
opening,
that?
you're opening up. Yeah, you're revealing behind the curtain.
I mean, dude, it's Deadpool. He breaks the fourth wall all the time. It's totally in character with what we're talking about.
I think it was revealed. It was Cassandra Nova that we're looking at. And Professor X's messed up twin sister. That's who the ball chick is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That makes sense.
looking, for some reason they sexified her a bit. As I recall, when they introduced her, she looked like a shriveled prune. She was old and ancient, and
She's got a really good moisturizer.
I guess she did.
Just should use the same stuff Man on the Web used, I think.
Have you seen that yet?
I don't think anybody saw that.
That seems to be a pretty fair guess.
Man, I thought Gem bombed. Remember that movie? Oh my God, Gem and the Holograms movie. Have you ever seen that?
No, because I heard how bad it was and I just never saw it.
Oh my God.
I'm aware that it exists, though. I have that misfortune of knowing that at least.
I have such a. My favorite part of that is I don't know why I'm thinking of that movie, but my favorite part of that is I literally went to a movie theater once, and the trailer for it showed up. And after it was over, and I can do this now because it's not live, so I can bleep things.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say it. But did I ever tell you the story? It was.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we watched the movie, and I can't even remember the trailer for this god awful Gem based on the cartoon series, which was okay, but it was not the cartoon at all. It was a completely. It looked like a movie that, in and of itself, it wouldn't have been a bad film, but they just completely recreated something that the few people who were fans of this cartoon, you know, they wouldn't have even recognized. So they showed it, and when it was all over, there was that, you know, that 5 seconds of silence between the end of that trailer and the beginning of the next trailer. And it ended in such a way where I think the trailer makers were hoping that everyone was like, yeah, woo, because it ended really upbeat and explosive and musical, and there was just silence. And then in the back row, one woman yells, "What the fuck?"
She understood.
And I lost it. And that is one of my favorite movie memories. Even better when in Star Trek Generations, when Captain Picard met Captain Kirk and he was cutting the wood and someone in the back row yelled, "Captain's log." I was like, shut up. Back to Wolverine though. We went off the
What are
rails.
you talking about? It's fine.
This is how we talk all day. We
Still
never get
wrong.
anything done around
What are you talking about?
here. I'm hoping that due to the very good ending of Logan, and that was a very, very good movie, this really ought to be one of the many variants of Wolverine. I don't think at all it's going to be supposedly the same Wolverine. You know, they already Kevin Feige already said this is not supposed to be undoing the ending of Logan. This isn't him. I don't know who's calling, but we're closed. So
Excuse you.
leave a message.
Don't leave a message.
I need another receptionist. Do you expect this Wolverine to have a different history than anything we've ever seen before? This is just their way to so Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman can play together.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they shouldn't dwell on his elaborate backstory, but maybe they'll point out like one key difference that.
I mean, they kind of hinted at some stuff already that you can tell there is some, it seems to have some slight variance, but it could also just be continuity getting screwed too.
Well, he's more sweary than before.
True. But yeah, I mean, I feel like with the fact ever since the multiverse really got big in the
Yeah.
MCU, it's like they don't even have to worry about it. They can just be like, yep, you're so-and-so now.
Yeah, and the fact that the Time Variance Authority is front and center part of this, you know, that's going to get the ball rolling. Yeah, it could be the Wolverine from the animated universe. Who knows?
He gonna sit on his bed and just go.
Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do.
He better. I want to see that as a movie poster.
They made a hero cleanse of it. Did you know that?
I did. I know they've had some good ones. I'm still upset that I didn't buy the Bane one with Batman for Martin. He would've been
Yeah, that would have been funny.
So he's got
Well, you know what? That is a good story. Will you tell that story to the audience?
Sure.
It's my favorite story about your fiance. I
Okay.
love this story.
Yeah. So I mentioned before, my fiance.
He hasn't heard this.
Yeah. So he is. He was born in Hawaii, but his family's from Hong Kong. So he's the first one out of his 4 brothers who was born in the U.S. So he used to spend his summers between Hong Kong and Hawaii until later on, and then he went to college in Indiana, and that's how we met. But so anyways, the whole thing was is there's obviously some English that they don't always have the same reference to, and it came up only a couple years back where we were talking about putting someone over the knee, and we're talking about obviously like this kid like put him over their knee, and we're joking around and everything, and he just looks horrified. And we're like, what's wrong? And he's like Bane and Batman. So he thought putting over the knee was breaking the kid's back. And of course we went around asking everyone else we knew, and sure enough they're all like spanking. We go ask his brother, and he's like Bane and Batman. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? So yes, that's.
So when they hear the phrase "I'm going to put you over my knee," he assumed he's talking about literally breaking your spine.
So yeah, please don't punish your children like that, guys. But yeah, since then I've gotten him the cover of it, and then they had that one variant a while last year that was like the figures of it, and so he has that variant.
Any reference to that issue she gets for him is it's a joke that just never dies.
He loves it though, and he's like, oh my god, it's my childhood.
It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's okay. He's done that a lot with like little things that we as Americans or people who are like we just always hear and don't think about, but it's not a term that they heard as foreigners. So it's just so funny because you don't think about it until something comes up and you're like, are you okay?
And now that's what I think about too.
I know everyone does. As soon as everyone mentions like Bane or Batman, I just lose it because I'm like, this is what I'm thinking of instantly.
I heard last night, speaking of angry parents, I was at the grocery store last night, and in the aisle over, some woman screamed out, my God, enough with the sugar, enough with the sugar already. Why don't we just get it over with and let me pull your teeth out right now? It's like, this poor kid, they just wanted a ding dong, I'm sure.
As long as it's the sugar ding dong. I don't know, I took that one the bad way too.
How do you take a sugar ding dong the bad way?
Don't worry about it. I'll explain it to you later when you're old enough.
Would you please?
I'll draw you a
I'm
picture.
old enough. I'm ready.
I'll draw you a picture. It'll be fine.
Okay. She'll draw us a picture. All right, moving on to topic number 2. It's John's collection corner. Collector corner. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you should.
Because we keep talking about all the things that some people just don't know about comics, and
You gotta come see it.
it's my job to help inform.
Why haven't you come yet?
Okay, so this is a regular cover, and I think Christina's getting this one too.
I believe you. I was gonna say I believe I already gave it to him because he checked it out.
Yes. So this is the regular cover for this week's new book, Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. Very cool, very cool book. This was done by Matthew Robertson, Dave Stewart, I believe. And this is a Joshua Middleton copy of the book. This is the 1 in 25 cover. So to get a copy of this book, for those of you who don't know, this is called an incentive book. And I have an idea about incentive books because it's starting to annoy me a little bit. I have a proposal, so we'll get to that in a minute. But to get a copy of this book, I've got to order 25 copies of the regular book. It can be a combination of the different covers, but you do have to order 25 copies. So when you do that, then you can order a copy of that 1 to 25 incentive cover. And let's say someone comes along to me and says, hey, I want to order that book. Could you order it for me? And I could if I ordered 25 copies of the other book. And the market value of those is usually whatever the ratio is, that's how much it is. If it's a 1 to 25 cover, it should sell for 25 bucks. 1 to 50 sells for 50 and so on. Here's some of the problems with this system. If it's a book like Ultimate Spider-Man #1, ordering 25 copies is no problem. They're all going to sell.
They're still selling.
They're still selling, right?
What are they on, the fourth grade printing now or something?
Yeah, and the incentive cover is a nice little bonus.
Yeah.
But if it's a low-selling book, like say a non-important chapter of Captain Marvel, something that I might typically sell only 5 copies of, I could sell the incentive cover for 25 bucks to the guy who wanted it, but I'm still left over with 20 unsold copies of the regular book, and I'd be out about 40 bucks. You can sell them all off for $1 each and kind of make some of your money back, but that's still the problem. The biggest issue is this. There are dozens of 1 to 25 books every week, and for some issues there's more. There's 1 to 50s,
Yep.
1 to 100s. In a lot of cases, the demand and the market price for those books begin to plummet a week later.
Yep.
Collectors are looking for the new hot incentive, and unless it's really a memorable cover, it's not going to hold its price. So here's my question for my guest today and everyone watching. Modest proposal. And because I know Marvel Comics follows my podcast religiously,
Definitely.
if you happen to be watching, I know this might affect the high circulation numbers that you like to brag about, but just a modest proposal, bear with me. What if Marvel Comics decided tomorrow that, for example, this week's due orders for, this week we're taking orders for Avengers Twilight #6. What if they said the 1 in 25 incentive variant cover by popular artist Lionel Yu, that's who's doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What if instead of making us pay $2 each for 25 copies of the regular version, what if they say, hey, get as many incentives as you want. We won't call it an incentive anymore. Let's call it something like a premium cover. You don't have to buy 25 copies of the original book. Just pay us a normal 50% wholesale cost of the book, about $12.50 for each book, right? So you won't be stuck with too much leftover product. Some trees will live another day. The hot artists will get a nice paycheck for all the books that we did sell for them, and make it a lot easier for you to sell. Put reliable prices for your incentive books, rather the main cover is a $4 book or a $9 book. My point is, there are folks out there who are willing to pay a higher cost for some of these cooler books. Maybe you could consider not forcing retailers to buy a lot of unnecessary comics in order to give the people what they want. So that's my proposal. What if they did away with incentives and they still said, hey, order as many of these $25 books as you want. If you got people who want to buy them, sell them. We'll make our money, but maybe not as much as making you buy 25 copies of this, but you still sell them.
In some ways they might make more though.
Some way. Well, that's my idea. What do you think? Should the industry leave behind incentive books and just sell them for their premium price, as many as you want?
I can understand for some of them having incentives still, especially for higher ones, but I definitely think there are too many incentives for some of these. And
Oh
it's
God,
ridiculous.
yes. Yeah.
When you're already dealing with like 6 variant covers and then they start incentives, as much as like I love how like Boom and Dynamite and stuff will have all the different covers in the back of the book. But yes, when you're sitting there and it's like from covers A to Z, basically, it gets a little crazy.
That's a little.
Yeah, I'm completely over variant covers. I think when we look back at this era of comics, definitely Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, whatever we're in now is going to be remembered for having dozens of unnecessary multiple covers for every issue. It's not even key issues anymore. Poison Ivy number 16.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with like
different covers.
1 or 2 as long as they're all the same price.
And they don't even make sense sometimes. Like the Marvel ones where you get the cover and it's Minnie Mouse dressed up as Dazzler, but it's on a Spider-Man comic.
See, that's a variant though. It's not we don't
more than 25, but I'm sick of those too.
Right. Well,
I just don't like sorting them.
they're still selling. They're still selling, and I don't have a problem with the variant covers because
I just want more pretty cards.
There's people who are religiously fans of Scotty Young, for example.
But his stuff always sells really, really well.
Right, exactly. And it's not an incentive book. We can order as many as
Yeah,
we
it's
want.
usually like a B or C cover, so it's
Yeah.
the same price.
There are collectors out there that they're collecting books. They're not even reading the book themselves. They just like that artist. They're buying a piece of art. And the variant covers, that's fine. But the incentives, where you're only going to get it if you buy a whole bunch of books that you wouldn't otherwise sell, let's pull it back, guys. Let's pull it back.
Well, yeah, because you get all these people crazily ordering them, and then suddenly they're trying to resell them 2 months later, and nobody wants them because they're not worth what they're trying to sell them for.
And you would think that if they're not able to resell them over and over, that people would stop buying them,
No.
but they're still. Dynamite is, fun. They're a fun publisher, but they are the worst culprits about this because there are books where they'll have a 1 in 5, a 1 in 7, a 1 in 10, a 1 in 15, a 1 in 20. Some of them are just black
Why
and
would
white
you have
versions.
a 1 in
Have
5?
you looked, Dynamite? They go
I
down to
didn't
Z
real-
covers.
Yeah, I didn't realize some of those were like that.
That's how they get to Z covers because there's.
I thought they were just like, here's a cosplay variant, here's another cosplay
Oh,
variant.
they do that too.
Here's
sure.
a normal variant, here's the nude variant, here's the black and white, here's the virgin.
Okay, hold on. Where's my cabinet? Here's one right here. This is nice.
It's like, does this one have really good?
While we're on the subject,
No, okay,
let's just bring up Dynamite for this month.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. They're
Like,
they're probably one of the worst.
Yeah, especially with Red Sonja.
I mean, they do have some really good covers. I agree, but
They do, but
There's
how do
like-
you choose?
you don't. You just cry.
Oh my God!
How
A,
many?
B, C. Okay, Red Sonja, Empire of the Damned, number 3.
Oh my God,
We
yeah.
got cover A, B, C, D, E, H, C, retailer incentive version, the retailer incentive foil version, the line art, the retailer incentive line art. And they're all really good covers.
Yeah.
It's cool. And I love the fact that, depending on what sort of art that you're into, you can pick the one that you like. There's something for everyone. But it's the incentives of kind of getting out of hand. Why don't you just make them offer them to anyone who wants them? Obviously you're going to pay higher for them,
Yeah.
but don't make the retailers buy a lot. It's just simple proposal.
They just wanna
I don't want to be
keep-
out of line here.
Marvel's
You think
gonna come
that
in.
would be as collectible though if there was instead of one of every 25 you could order as many as you wanted? Is that going to kill the market for it?
Well, I don't know because they're not reselling very high. So
No.
what's the collectability of it? I'm assuming that the majority of people that are buying those covers are buying them because they love that cover and the artist is such a well-paid artist, they need to get a bigger cut, and
I definitely think they need to be giving bigger cuts to the artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you would. I agree with you. But presumably, the money that the publishers are making by selling 25 copies of the book and thereby also getting these incentive covers off, the extra money they're generating is helping to pay for the more high-profile artists. Well, why not just
Pay for them.
why not pay the high-profile artists based on how many covers that got ordered? And if it's a more high-profile artist, a more beloved artist, their covers are going to cost more. It just would make it easier on everyone. I'm just throwing a proposal out there. I would love to see some feedback from all 9 of you that are watching. Please let me know.
Wow,
Please
9.
let me know.
That's a little.
I think we went up since last week. Yeah.
You grow.
I know. Show and tell.
Oh boy.
You brought something to show us,
I
didn't
did.
you?
Oh, man.
Okay.
You know I'm a strong proponent of the dollar box.
Yes. That's right. That's what you were going to tell me. Right. So we have at least, we got 14, we've got about 5,000 comics here all the time just for $1. That's the only thing in my store that's not going to be advertised, but.
Yeah, we're not throwing that, dude.
No, we're not doing that. But there's always cool stuff in the dollar
There
box.
is.
It's
For
just
sure.
sometimes excess. Sometimes it's just ones that were not in the greatest shape as another comic. So.
I actually found some cool things today. I'll show you after the show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we found some more dollar box stuff.
Be
But
coming home with me.
they may not be getting to the dollar box. So
Might
you
beat you to it.
have found some of the coolest things you've ever found in the dollar box.
In the dollar box.
Okay.
I compiled the top 5 things I have
Oh,
found
let's see.
All right.
in the dollar box.
Love it.
Number 1, or I guess number 5. We'll start at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Work our way up to number 1. Number 5. Put this up on still store camera.
So we're gonna take photos, and as we speak right now, it's flashing above the screen.
I'm gonna follow up with that and make sure you do that, because I've been watching the show previously.
Yeah.
And you'll say, oh, here's a great drawing of a bunny that Fawn did. It's great, it's right here. And then when I watch the show, you didn't put it in.
I don't recall us ever talking about
We
it.
did. That's what I was supposed to send you. I asked you what you wanted. I forgot.
Watching it, so
It
you
was
were at
the
home.
bunny.
Oh,
You're right. It
Well,
was the bunny.
I'm a busy man.
I'm sure you
You bring the bunny next time, and I'll take a picture.
I can't even take. It's literally a art. I'll just send it to you.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. We'll try to make that up to people. Okay.
Accountability.
Yeah, I know. This is why
I
the
like
show
this.
only
Call
has
out.
nine viewers. Exactly.
They all just want to see bunny girls. Why wouldn't you?
X-Men 136.
Now, this is considered one of the most iconic poses that actually inspired Crisis on Infinite Earth 7.
It did. This was
Right.
a full 5
That whole
years
cover,
before
though.
Crisis 7.
But is there masking tape on the back of the
A
book?
little bit, yeah.
And then
I think
there's
it was in the dollar box.
The
for
cover
a
is
reason.
not exactly all attached. I see. It looks like it's
No,
trying to
it's-
escape.
my
Some of it
gosh.
split down.
But for $1, I can see why that would be
It's the
exciting.
penultimate issue of the Phoenix Saga.
I
There's
think
a lot of good stuff going on.
that's definitely a dollar box. Yeah.
Why is it in a sleeve? That's what bothers me.
I had to dig this out of the garage yesterday. I knew I had it somewhere. The 5th spot could have gone anyway. The top 4 are kind of set in stone.
Boy, it can only get better from there.
No man.
This is great. It's fun to read. That's the best part of the dollar box.
It's good art.
For $1, yeah, reading it is not,
So I
gonna
tainted
hurt
your
you.
comments.
Yeah, I you know,
So kick this off my
I
box.
subconsciously, these are new comics, and I didn't want his old comics.
Number 4 is
I swear to God, if that's the Return of Superman number 500.
it's Valiant.
Oh, it's a Valiant book, and
This
oh.
It's missing the cover, so
Okay.
it's
Yeah, that's why I didn't know
material.
that.
That's why it was in there. It's Fantastic Four number 12.
It's not Hulk. Okay, Hulk
It
said
is
it.
the Hulk, yeah. It's
Yeah.
He's in there,
It's the Fantastic Four 12. It's tied for the first Marvel crossover.
Okay.
but. Oh.
Fantastic Four fights the Hulk. It came out the same day as Spider-Man number 1, where Spider-Man hangs out with the Fantastic Four.
They were
So it's-
really pushing the first family that
They were the biggest thing going at the time.
Yeah.
They
So
were
this
they
is-
used to be
The creation of the Marvel universe,
Right.
here.
good. That's pretty cool though.
That's where it
Yeah.
evolved
For
around.
$1, you can't beat that.
For without the poor
The
no
cover. Yeah, that's why they ended up with the dollar bits and
It's still
stuff
fun
like
to
that.
read.
It's good though. Yeah, it's
The
good that
original Jack Kirby art.
You know what? What that needs me is to draw my own cover and staple it to you.
I like this. Do it.
I don't know if I would staple it. You can put it in the sleeve later.
Okay.
Number 3, it's the Ninja Turtles Raphael one
That-
issue micro.
That
series.
came out of a dollar
It came
box.
out.
Really?
It was crammed in there because the old Mirage Ninja Turtles are this weird magazine-ish size that only fits. But it
Yeah,
wasn't a dollar.
I just
Still
put what
got
you
its
guys
cover
told me to
and
put in.
everything.
So
This is the
That's
first
a really
appearance
fun
of
cover,
Casey
too.
Jones, my favorite Ninja Turtle character.
That almost looks away. I remember that. I've seen it around, and it's depending on the condition,
Yeah, it's probably-
it can sell high. But according looks for the cover, it looks almost like there's going to be 3D glasses in the back with
Yeah.
it. Right. That's what it's missing.
that's a
I
pretty
didn't
cool
try
one.
that. I should get some
Right?
glasses and see if it does.
Just cross your eyes.
3D works on anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a really nice style.
That's a good find.
That is a really
That's a
cool
really
one,
good
yeah.
find.
If you thought that was a good find.
Oh, we
Oh,
get
boy.
higher, right?
This wasn't even a dollar box. This was a quarter box.
A quarter box.
Came out of a quarter box. It wasn't here. It was somewhere else.
Who does quarter boxes anyway, other than
It was a
Joe's
store in-
garage sale?
It was a store in Lansing that isn't there anymore.
Okay.
That's why they did the quarter box.
But in the quarter box, I found a complete run of the Batman Adventures, based on the cartoon comic book.
You are holy.
Oh, that is a nice one. For God, what
25 cents.
Yeah, dude, no.
With
That is
they're not
amazing.
around anymore. I
That's why. That's why.
What
that's so
year was this?
I got 2006-ish.
Oh, that's so cool though.
Okay. She hadn't. No, I think she had entered the DC universe at that point. But
Yeah, I think
They
wow.
obviously didn't know what they had.
How is there a number one over that? That's
I know, that's pretty impressive. My
For
God.
a quarter,
For
yeah.
a quarter, that's really impressive.
40,000% return on your investment. It's $100.
That's
Wow.
a very nice
So
one.
it might get
Yeah.
better than that. Just the cool factor alone.
okay.
All right.
This is another one missing its cover.
No.
Oh.
Just Avengers number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
$100.
Did you draw on that, or did
I
it come
did.
like that?
Somebody added the art to it.
It's probably that one kid again. The one we always blame for all the art.
Yes.
covers.
Yes. Billy.
Really, that's
Avengers number 4, Captain America
That-
gets thawed out of the ice and joins the Avengers, the first appearance. of
That's
the
his
race.
first Silver Age appearance.
That is really cool.
Which it's missing the cover and it's in there because of its
Yeah.
perceived value, but just the cool factor of owning.
No,
That
that is
No,
super
that's
cool.
you're always I was gonna say.
And I appreciate the fact that you're not going to let a little thing like the lack of a cover prevent you from owning a book like that.
Well, for $1, yeah. I mean, if it's something you enjoy and that is that's definitely a cool one.
I'm sorry, that background. Are you sure that's not a Nabisco reprint or something? Or
It is not. The whole run
wow,
is there.
wow.
It was
If-
just in sequence with
If
the
it's not here by the end of the night, I don't know what he did with
That
it.
is incredible. That's an incredible find. Yeah, you know what? The Captain America probably should belong above it. For coolness factor and
That
historical
is really
significance.
cool,
yeah.
Financially, though, yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah,
It's
that's
gotta be
insane
number
for
Wow. Well, the only thing I was going to bring my new video game, and I rushed out of the house this morning and left it behind. I collect those little consoles, but maybe another time. I'll show it to you next time, and I'll bring it to the show next time.
I'm excited.
But you walked in here and looked on the change machine, and you almost.
In case it wasn't obvious, there's an arcade behind us.
Yeah. This. Did you ever see this guy before?
I apparently
So you-
had not. I think it's
You've never seen this before. Okay. So the collection that I bought a year ago that was full of Superman, Supergirl, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane collections, yes, and there was a whole bunch of stuff, and then she had one more box just full of stuff she wanted to get rid of, and that was Spark. this two things actually, and I hate them, and I hate them so much. The girls in my family will not let me get rid of them.
Where's the chicken clock?
That's what I was going to bring up.
That was the one I thought was great. This one is definitely creepy, but that's that one.
This thing.
We
Oh
had
my
a little too
God.
much fun with it at his expense.
I'm going to my office.
Going to his office. Oh, so you keep it in the office?
Yes, I keep it in the office because.
Now I know.
So, well, anyway, so this thing. But this thing,
I didn't actually know you
I
guys
don't
still
know
had it,
who trimmed his nostril hairs, or did he have a mustache before this? But
It's terrifying.
for a long time, I kept joking, "Hey, let's just leave it on a competitor's doorstep without comment." And I said, "No, I'm not that type of person." And now I can do it because I'm just exposed online. That,
You can't do it.
no,
But somebody
we're not
else
doing.
could.
No, we're not doing it. So we
Come on,
finally,
man, I drive
so we
fast.
finally, I was going to throw it away, and when we moved to the new place, we got the arcade behind us, and we have a change machine, and somebody put this freaking hillbilly goblin gnome creature with the money bag on top of the change machine, and I said, actually, that's bizarrely fits. It fits there, and he sat there, and no one has really commented on it. They're
This is
just
disturbing.
letting it be.
I think that's just it. They don't want to make eye contact.
Looks like the love child of the old Mountain Dew mascot Joe
He keeps wanting
Major
to-
League.
I like that he keeps wanting to look at you too, Sean. Every time.
Look at me. Oh my God. So the
The
other
only
thing,
reason she was selling all the Superman stuff was entice you to haul that thing away.
I feel like
I
it's
feel like
It's
your
definitely
life is
cursed,
better
I
now, hopefully. What's that? The other thing that was part of it was this thing. And this freaking clock that doesn't work anyway. The second hand has fallen off a long time ago. But Christina got curious and she wanted to know, well, what happens when you put the battery in it? And she did. And
Wow.
That we'll keep doing that until you just turn it off. And
I just don't know why anyone would have either of those things.
why does this exist?
I was anticipating that.
Right, exactly.
That
Not
was
that. Not that haphazardly
What is wrong with
written
you?
song. Sounds like it was recorded by a 7th grader who got dared.
Maybe it was
It
her
is so
first.
weird.
It was her first song single.
It is so weird. That is such a weird thing, and we can't get rid of that either. So that is on my. That's in my office. You know?
Is it? We
All
need-
the other weird.
Eventually, we need
knickknacks.
to redo the wall of shame and put it up there.
If I could scotch tape it to the wall,
I was thinking put a shelf up there. Like,
Oh, you know
a
that works
floating
too.
shelf, yeah.
That works too.
You know, I'm just gonna tape it to the wall. We get effigy.
How much time we got? Okay, we're almost. It's been going for about 45 minutes. We still got a few other things to talk about. It's a little too early to go too in depth in, but since you are my personal authority on Fantastic Four, I do believe you have currently every issue of the regular series now
I do, a complete
going.
run.
Yeah, I hope to find some, but most of them
At some point.
you were dedicated enough to go out and find them. What do you want to see in the new Fantastic Four film? For me, for example, I need a Silver Surfer with great big hooters. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I think your wish might get granted.
That's all I
All you want.
No, what's your take on that? I mean, because I assumed, well, maybe this isn't Norrin Rad. Is that the Silver Surfer? Maybe it's not him. Maybe they've just cast somebody in a flashback. The previous Silver Surfer, but it's not the one we're gonna be.
Which I'm open to. I mean, he's an alien. He can be as androgynous as they want. He doesn't have to be specifically male.
Right.
I don't know.
Doesn't have to be Norrin Rad.
Yeah.
But what are you hoping out of this movie?
I'm hoping they just get the characters right.
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to. That's got to be a family first.
Yeah.
They have to just get the characters' voices right.
I already see what my big thing is on this list too.
Well,
Dr. Sue done right.
Dr. Doom needs to be done right. Yes.
He's such an interesting character, and they just never,
He is. I hope they don't lead off with it. They
No,
need to
he's-
break. They need to start with something else.
He should definitely be a later thing. Yeah.
Or should they? Should they just get it right this time?
Regardless, if they put him in, they better get it right. Yeah.
Do you think the film is going to take place in the 1960s? That seems to be what the teasing is
Yeah,
letting us
that
know.
Valentine's little
Right.
sneak preview.
Um,
Looked like it could be. I hope so.
And is this their explanation for why they weren't around during the Infinity War? Because that would be a good idea. That they get
You
time
didn't see
jumped.
Invisible Woman there? She was
No, I listen. Be more funnier. Such an easy joke.
I know.
Expect more.
So.
Will we get a Herbie?
Was there a Herbie in the
I
Valentine's
don't
little
think
preview? I think there was a little.
No,
more
there
about
was.
it.
Yeah, there was there was.
Hopefully that's it.
That would be. It wouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah. But other question: the Roger Corman unreleased film, which I've enjoyed many times.
Speaking of Dr. Dooms with his clanky little things.
Do you think it's time to give that the Zack Snyder treatment? Finish the visual effects, music, and the sound editing, and just release the movie that might have been.
I don't even think they need to retouch it. They should just throw it up on Disney Plus as is. It's watchable.
It kind of is. Kind of is. They spent their whole budget on the Thing's costume and the Human Torch's one flying effect.
Yeah.
Everything else was. Have you ever seen this film?
No, I
It
haven't.
is.
But it sounds like it's not that easy to see, which would be why.
No, it was.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
What's the history of this movie? You probably could sum it up better than me, but
It was made in 1994.
Yeah.
A lot of thought says that it was just kind of an ash can. Remember the ash can comics where they just put out something with that product's name on it to kind of get
Sort
the
of.
copyright?
What I read was Roger Corman had the rights to make the Fantastic Four movie, and if he didn't start making the movie, by the end of the year, he was going to lose those rights. They hadn't done anything with it yet. So they whipped something together and told, without any real plan to actually release it,
Oh god.
without telling any of the cast and crew. They all really honestly felt this was their star turner. They felt that this was going to be their big movie. They were not told there was no intention to really release it.
Yeah,
they were just retaining. And obviously he never did anything either with it. It was a big waste of money. But they put their hearts into it, and I've always found it kind of a few shades below Ninja Turtles at that time, the original movie.
The
You know what I mean?
thing suit was kind of on par with the Ninja Turtles.
That's
It
what I
wasn't
thought.
bad.
Okay, so it's like that kind of
The
stuff.
Human
Right.
Torch looked kind of like a PlayStation 1 game.
I know you meant like the graphics, but my first thought was just a walking PlayStation 1 game, a controller on fire. Like it's close enough.
The
No.
thing suit wasn't bad, but no, there's a great documentary about it called Doom.
Right. And I do want to see that. So.
Where they talk about the actors not really knowing, going on tours in malls across America with 8x10s of themselves excited for the premiere of the movie.
That
So
never
no,
came.
I feel
That's
so
really
bad.
sad, yeah.
But however, that I would like this movie to kind of not be as bad as that one. I'd like to emulate it because their hearts were in the right place. That did seem like the Fantastic Four. It was the youngest, blondest looking Johnny Cage I'd ever seen, and that's kind of what I want to see. I was really hoping they would introduce Johnny Cage before the Fantastic Four movie as a schoolmate of Peter Parker. I thought that would have been great to
Not
pepper.
really, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would have been great to pepper them into the MCU before the Cosmic Ray accident. I thought that would have been fun, but I don't think they're going to go that route.
A small bit of trivia for you. The actor that
Tell
played
me.
Reed Richards in the unreleased Roger Corman Fantastic Four was the stand-in for young Sean Connery.
That's right. Yeah.
in Indiana Jones.
Is his
The
name
Last
John
Crusade.
Rice Davis? Is that?
That's
No.
Alex
Okay.
Hyde White, I
Oh
think.
my God, I totally messed that up. Was he in the Daredevil TV movie? Or the Incredible Hulk meets the Daredevil?
Was the Kingpin?
My God, I am having such a Mandela effect. I am confusing Sala with Ever.
Everyone is solid now.
Was Sala in the Fantastic Four movie?
Not that I saw.
No, but he played Kingpin in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay.
Trial.
Good effort.
Well, to be fair, I haven't voluntarily watched any of those movies in over 20 years. Let's do favorite covers, okay?
Okay, cool.
Some of your favorite, you have a couple there.
I do.
I got three here. This is one of my favorite covers of this week, just because the artwork is so cool. This
Oh,
is
that is really nice.
this is the Batman, the First
First
Night,
Night.
#2, and just the artwork is it's just a very nice. It's very memorable of some of the old Pope magazines.
I always like when they put the silhouettes like that too.
Yeah, and so that's one of my favorites for this week. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with one. It's actually mine. I ordered it, but Something Is Killing the Children is definitely one of my favorite indies, and I am a sucker for art journal covers. So, yeah, that is just an amazingly well done cover. The muscle tone and everything, and just I'm very happy with this cover.
The only reason I didn't pick that cover is because you beat me to it, because that is one of my favorite covers too.
So good.
This is
Oh, I love that
the
one.
new Penthouse anthology magazine that started, and it's not quite as filthy as you might think.
Wasn't that technically out last week though too?
It did, but we ran out of copies.
So we had to
So
order
now
more.
I have another copy, but is this
Lyrics, yeah.
Lyrics you?
Yeah.
No, Lyrics.
That's lyrics, yeah.
No, it's a female artist.
Yeah, it is a
I had to
female.
look it up. I didn't know
Yeah.
who she was.
This was our conversation last week. We were curious to see just who lyrics was, and yeah, she's a female artist, but yeah,
But
that is.
she's
a
doing
really
drop
good-
dead good. Drop dead
Oh,
awesome covers. I like that.
Nothing wrong with genders and cover, but yeah, I really like that one.
It's the tattoos and the hair that. does it
Lyrics
for
does
me.
some really good covers. Though. I was looking at a lot of hers. All right.
That's issue 150 of the
Yeah.
end of the Ninja Turtles.
Big thing this week is Ninja Turtles at 150. We have had a lot of people asking, waiting for this. Normally, I'm not I grew up with Turtles, so I like the old stuff, and I really haven't read any of the new stuff. But this cover just struck me. Not only is it pretty and shiny, but it's just a really well like for art. It's very simple in color, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And then if you actually flip it over, it has the backside has all the information.
Yeah.
It goes to the front.
I think this is variant cover number 18 for this set. There was a lot of covers.
I'm like, does it say?
I don't know. I've lost track.
It's a retailer incentive. So yeah, this is a retailer incentive, I think. No, that is cover E. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so many covers.
There's so
Yeah,
many.
so this is what I was talking about. Some of the books will actually show you like the varied covers in here, which is nice. So you
We'll
can
show that too.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta put that up now too.
I will. And that's the end of the current Ninja Turtles line run of books. And
Before it goes to
they're
the
about to start over in a
Do
few
they have
months,
a
too.
different writer on it or something?
I don't know. I don't follow
It was in your notes.
it. It might be. No, I forgot that note. It's probably a new creative team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't follow it either. I just thought this was a cool cover.
This isn't one of my favorite covers. I'm just bringing it out because of the weirdness that it even exists.
Well, so I agree. It sounds horrible, but did you see one of those covers is really hot? I really liked it.
Yes, I did. But this is Pooh versus Bambi. This is what happens when you let public characters into the public domain.
Are you
That's what
making a dare
happens.
joke?
A what?
A dare joke?
Yes, I'm making a deer joke.
Dude, I was almost named Bambi. Okay.
Pooh, I don't know. This is not the Pooh I grew up with.
No, I don't think it is. I don't even know.
Is this Pooh with the beard?
It is Pooh with
This is hilarious. Oh, this is gonna sell like hotcakes. Okay.
It's Xenoscape though, so at least we know they're gonna have really nice girls.
Probably. Well, let's take a look at what's new in the store this week.
Just arrived at Screaming Monkey Comics.
It's kind of fun. Thank you for coming out this
Thank you
week.
for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Is there anything else going on in Gym World there?
You can introduce your friend to us.
Yeah. Back when we took a long hiatus for a couple of years, and I remember in our original show, I don't even know how this came up.
I think it was President's Day.
It was President's Day, and you brought
this out as a
this.
visual aid.
It's okay. At first glance, my vision is so bad. I thought it was Edgar Allan Poe.
This is the tip of the iceberg of the weird, kitschy stuff that permeates your life. Right.
I think next time I need to bring the 5 worst things I found in the dollar box.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be the
Okay.
fun one, right?
Please bring that by next time. Next week, hopefully we're going to do a show. I think we're going to do a show spotlighting the cool things that we saw at C2E2. That is this weekend in Chicago. Or if you're watching this, it's going on today.
Right, this is Friday.
Yeah, this is a Friday. Well,
I mean, it's not.
we're filming this Tuesday. I edited it
Hello
together.
from the past.
Thank you for joining us. Please comment, like, subscribe.
Do it.
Hope you had fun. And all right, so with that, all right. Have a great day. Thanks for visiting us. Take care. Jesus Christ. Have a good day, folks. Thank you.